Hi champs, if this is your first time, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. My name is Frances Okeke. I'm excited. I was born on the 22nd of January. Yes, January 22nd is my birthday. God was gracious and He said this amazing human being needs to come to this earth. And He chose January 22nd. No, I will not tell you my birth year. Excuse me, don't ask a lady for age. Hello. Anyway, my topic for today is making mistakes. This is a new year, and I know a lot of us, we're going through what happened last year, checking what we did, where we went wrong, and a whole lot of things. If this is not your first time listening to me, you would know that I love stories. Yes, I'm a storyteller. So I love stories and I love to tell stories. Sometimes I use stories to try and explain better what I'm trying to say. So on making mistakes. First story. Festus was nice, giving and somewhat of an introvert. People thought him weird. They could not understand him and all that. He was always drawn to extroverts, or you could say they were drawn to him. Unfortunately for him, he kept meeting the wrong set of people, both males and females. They would use him, take advantage, and still go on to spread false rumors about him to others. Festus was always hurt every time by some people he'd gotten into a relationship with or a friendship with. He decided he'd had enough and it was time to step up, do something so people would stop hurting him. He sat down, studied his past, and realized there were patterns to the behavior, to their behavior of those people. He never took note of those things, and he should have. They all did the same things in the beginning. So he told himself he had to start studying actions more and not words. Stop taking people for their word, but their actions. Catch it on time and prevent the same things from happening to him. Be smarter, so people will stop disrespecting him and taking advantage of him, and avoid making such bad people, dear friends and lovers. Well, Festus met an old acquaintance one day and they got talking. Festus thought to himself, I like this girl, this could turn out to be a great friendship in future. His acquaintance did something that caused Festus to flash back and pause. Wait, is this not the person those people that hurt me had? He asked himself. He went further to research on the internet and asked some people he knew hypothetically about what this acquaintance had done and what her actions meant. All the results tallied. Yep, it was that person. He thought to act fast and protect himself. The one and only time Festus stood up for himself. It turned out that he had assumed wrongly. Festus apologized profusely to his acquaintance, tried to explain over and over where he had done what he'd done, his experiences in the past and all that. But this acquaintance retreated. Acquaintance was not used to such dysfunction and ran away. Festus was devastated. The one time he decided not to be patient, understanding and forgiving. He'd made a mistake and hurt someone else, and there was nothing he could do to bring this acquaintance back. Sefini. Okeke was in love. His newfound love, Linda, was from a poor home. Her one and only dream was to go to university. Okeke was not rich. He had a small shop in Upper Eweka Market, Onitsha, Anambra State. Yes, as a proper Igbo boy, he was hustling, He was trying to make things happen for himself. In Atago, he was making things happen. He didn't even go far. He stopped school in GS3 and he was made an acquaintance. And since then, Okeke had been hustling. So his dream now was to make his baby's dream come true. He was so proud of that dream of his baby, He said, no matter what, this is your dream, I'm going to make it come true. Okay, let me stop, sorry. He decided that he was going to make her dreams come true. So he gave her the money to get a JAM form. JAM is like a prerequisite to get, it's like SATs, SATs, You need to take the JAM to get into a university in Nigeria. So he decided he was going to help her, take this exam, see her through in school. So she took the exams, Linda was overjoyed. She'd gotten admission and she promised to love him forever. One day, Linda, the love of Ekene's life, came to him crying. Their landlord had thrown her family out because of rent. They could not afford to pay the house rent. Like I said, Linda was poor. Her family lived in a face me, I face you. A face me, I face you, I mean they lived in a one-room apartment. And by one-room apartment, I mean only a room. The living room, the bedroom, the parlor, living room, same. Kitchen, everything was in that one room, you know. The bathroom, toilets were all shared with other tenants in the building. So Ekene got them a better place. He got them a 2-bedroom apartment. And by 2-bedroom, I mean they had 2 bedrooms, aside from the living room, the kitchen, the toilets, and the bathrooms they now had. So he did this, always paid their rent for 4 years. He saw her through for 4 years, while taking care of her school fees, pocket money, taking care of her father, mother, and her 4 younger siblings, and rent, aside from their education too. His friends called him a fool, but he shunned them. Linda was the love of his life, and she deserved all this and more. Linda graduated, and Ekene bought drinks for everyone on his business line to celebrate. He was overjoyed. His baby was finally a graduate. He was trying to take things to the next level, go and start the marriage preparations. Well, things changed after that. She stopped picking his calls. She stopped coming to see him. Her family was acting all cold towards him. Ekene tried calling her father, her mother, her siblings, and was picking his calls. He was wondering if something was wrong. What had he done wrong? Well, one day in the markets, he saw her, but she was in the car of Okeke Malaysia. Okeke Malaysia was a big boy, He had just returned from Malaysia. He was rolling in money. He had ego, money, too much money. Okay, Francis, stop please. He had too much money. So, Ekene approached her. Hey, Linda, what's going on now? I've been trying to reach you. What's happening? Linda gave him a dress down in public. That he was not in her class. He was an illiterate, a smelly illiterate, Not just that he was very poor. Ekene could not believe his ears. He fainted. It took him a while to recover from the shock. He had used hundreds of thousands of naira. He could have used to grow his business and his life for years. He had spent it on Linda and her family. Women, he wailed whenever he remembered what had happened to him. His mistake, he called it. And could not believe she was about to have the 8th abortion for Henry. He kissed her forehead. Baby, please. We're not ready for this now. What would our parents say if they found out? Your father will kill me and he will never let me marry you for bringing shame to your family. I promise you, this is the last one. When we get married, then we can do it right and bring our children into this world. I love you, baby, and you know that. And listened, and she got the 8th one. 2 weeks later, he'd asked for a loan of 300,000 naira. That he needed to add it to the money he wanted to use to go buy goods for his business. And he hesitates, She believed, his money is my money, his business is my business. If his business grows, then there'll be money to come and marry me later, We are building our lives together. So Anne gave him the money without blinking. And went to visit our friend, Simi. They were watching a movie. But Simi was on her phone as the Instagram addict that she was. Simi slept and ate on Instagram. Anyway, Simi's scream startled Anne. What is it? What is it? Anne could try to read the expression on Simi's face because Simi could not talk. She was speechless. She was trying to speak, but the words were not coming out. So Simi passed her phone to Anne. It was a picture of Henry with a girl. They were in their wedding outfits. He was in a tux, she was in a wedding dress or gown. That was their wedding day. Thankfully, Anne was seated when she fainted. She cried all day. After that, she kept crying for days. She had seen him just the day before he traveled to go buy the goods. She'd given him money the day before he left. The callous bastard had used the money she'd given him to get married to another girl the next day. And the girl was pregnant. If the wedding picture she'd seen was right, that girl was pregnant and he'd married her. While she had done 8 abortions for him. The last one she did was just 2 weeks ago. And was like, all men are scum. Pete had gone through that business contract over and over. But he believed, it looked legit. And, Sam was someone from church. They attended church together. And, he was a deacon. So he seemed, this was a man filled with the fire of God, So, come on, you can't deceive him. So, Pete had sunk millions of naira of his savings into that business. Now he hears it was a scam. Where will he start from? He had put practically all he had on earth into that deal. From a millionaire to a pauper, just like that. He had never been deceived or made a mistake in his life before when it comes to business. But he had trusted this man because he was a deacon in his church. He'd seen him every day on Sundays, praying, delivering people and all that. He couldn't believe it. It was all gone. His life was over. Champ, we're all human. And we all make mistakes. And we'll make mistakes. Most people say learn from them and do better. Festus had learned from his mistakes and had tried to do better, but had done wrong. Most have inner monologues in their heads after their mistakes, like, how could I have been so gullible? I'm so stupid. No one would love me. They find out I've done this kind of mistake. No one would think I'm worth it. No one would think I'm good enough. Something must be wrong with me. This keeps happening to me. Something must be wrong with me. Am I cursed? No, I am cursed. The signs were there. I should have seen it. I should have known. I hate love. Love does not exist. Love does not love me. I will never find love. I will never believe in love. People are evil. They only use you. No one can be trusted. So many negative inner monologues. Some refuse to let go of their mistakes and relive it every day. They relive it day in, day out. Some are perfectionists, and try to live their lives right. That they thought that they could be fallible and they'll make a silly mistake. They keep obsessing over it. Some let their mistakes and the people that caused it change them for the worse. Some let the mistakes define them and judge themselves by the mistakes they've made and believe everyone else is judging them over that mistake they've made, like everyone knows about it or everyone must have heard about it. Champ, we're only human. No matter how much we try to be good, no matter how much we try to be perfect, the truth is, unfortunately, we will hurt. We will get hurt by people, one way or the other, no matter how careful we are. And sometimes we will hurt people, no matter how sincere and noble our intentions are. I believe it's a part of life, really, mistakes. Because in the end we learn from them. But one thing I'll say about mistakes is no matter how old we get, no matter how intelligent, wise, no matter how experienced we believe we become, we will make mistakes. Hopefully not too much, but we will make mistakes. As parents to our children, as lovers, as friends, in business, as business people, trust the wrong people. We can't go through life perfectly. We will make mistakes at one point or the other. We can try our best to avoid them. No matter how loving, kind, and amazing we are human. And not everyone is like us. We will make little mistakes, big mistakes. We will make mistakes. It's in human nature to be selfish. We expect people to be loving, kind, and all that, we all make mistakes. Some mistakes towards others, we might get lucky and receive a second chance, a do-over, Some mistakes we might not get a second chance with those same people. The first thing will be to recognize and admit that mistake. Ask for forgiveness from the person you've hurt and let go of that mistake. But most importantly, you need to ask forgiveness from yourself. I think that's the part we always forget. We need to forgive ourselves for making that mistake. Letting go can be freeing, though it could be hard. Sadly, the person you hurt might forgive you, but they might not want to be a part of your journey anymore. Then some forgive you, and still let you back in. Then some people you forgive them, even though they don't know what they did to you, and you just let it go. Well, the Bible did say to forgive others 70 times, 7 times daily. Also apply that rule to yourself too. Remember, love others as you love yourself. So I think you can only forgive others when we forgive ourselves. Therefore, some people will forgive others but don't forgive ourselves, as in, number one, the person we need to forgive. Mistakes are part of life. I think that's it, basically. I've made some mistakes, Mistakes are part of life. We will make mistakes. And then if you're Christian, when you sit down and you try to pray, then the devil, I call it the devil because you start having thoughts of, you're not good enough, how will God love you, how will God forgive you. Then for some people you get depressed, you start getting suicidal over that mistake you made, and you think, I think one thing I'll tell you, the Christian is, instead of running away from God because you've committed a sin, you've made a mistake and you feel God won't forgive you, I think it's better to run towards God. I think I'm going to treat this in a different episode. So champ, I hope my thoughts on this have been able to help you somehow, as imperfect as they are. You will make mistakes, unfortunately, no matter how hard you try. Your mistakes could be from other people, choosing the wrong people, putting the wrong people around you. Mistakes in relationships, in friendships, in business, getting into it with the wrong people. But unless you have the gift of discernment given to you. But mistakes are integral, no matter how wise and whatnot. But we learn from them, and we ask God for discernment. I'll do this in a different episode. So champ, don't forget that you're a champ, and I love you, but God loves you more. So next time, my name is Frances Okeke. And hey, wish me happy birthday in advance. Thank you. Till next time. Bye, champ.